Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll do some flow, get our bodies moving. Movement is always good. Remembering that we typically do slow flows, which means being very mindful throughout each pose. Taking a few breaths, paying attention to what is happening in our body, what sensations are we feeling, and remembering that yoga is non-harming. So please listen to your body. If you do feel a twinge of pain or it just doesn't feel right to you, and your body will let you know, please come out of the pose. Never be afraid to go into a resting pose or maybe just a modification of the pose itself. And we'll go through that. But the most important thing always through every video is just to really pay attention to your body. So coming into a nice relaxed seated position for you. Allow your spine to lengthen. Feel like there is a thread that's connecting you, lifting you up. Feeling that back lengthen. The back of your head in line with your tailbone. Relaxing your shoulders. And maybe closing your eyes if that feels right for you, or a nice soft gaze in front of you. Bring your focus inward, paying attention to your breath, that nice natural breath. And then very slowly deepening that breath into a nice full breath. Feeling your stomach expand as you inhale, feeling it rise up into the chest, and exhale all the way down, bringing that belly back towards the spine, emptying that exhale. These nice full breaths are what you want to maintain throughout the practice. Taking a couple breaths here, just allowing yourself to just stay inward, paying attention to the sensations that are occurring. Maybe you feel a little breeze, maybe you don't. Maybe you feel your mat underneath you or the floor. Take this time to be aware of what is happening at this moment. And then slowly opening up your eyes. Bring your left foot out straight in front of you. Your right foot, allow it to come towards the left thigh, or if it feels better to have it go down further, or even crossing your legs like this. Remembering to do what feels best for you. There are always different modifications to the poses. There are variations. So please just do whatever feels best. And from here, keeping your gaze forward, which will help kind of keep that spine straight or relatively straight. Bring your hands to the floor and then slowly walk yourself forward until you feel that stretch in your lower back. Once you feel that stretch, whether it is up here or down here, stop and then hold it there. Taking a few breaths, those nice full breaths. Maybe feeling the sensations in that left leg, a little bit in that hamstring, in your lower back. Maybe you even feel a little bit here in your thigh area on the right leg. Then remembering to breathe. Slowly walk yourself up This time bringing that right foot, bringing the knee into the air. Bring your right foot over that left leg. Now if this bothers you, just keep your knee right here and your foot on the same side. That's okay too. Holding your left arm, wrapping it around that leg, that knee. Bring your right hand back, keeping your back straight. Using that right hand for support, twisting to the right. Now you can do it like this, or if you want, you can bring that left elbow to the outside of that right knee as well. Feeling this twist. Where do you feel it in your body? And then slowly turning back to center. Bring your right leg down next to your left leg. Maybe just give your legs a little shake. And then slowly drawing that left foot this time to the inside of your right leg, wherever that may be for you. Again, hands down to the floor, keeping your gaze forward, slowly walking forward till you feel that stretch. And I did forget to mention from here, once you feel that stretch, you can certainly bring your gaze down to your knee. And then slowly walking up. This time taking that left foot, maybe keeping the knee in the air, foot on this side of the leg, or if you want, crossing that right leg. Grabbing onto that left leg, and then bringing your left hand behind you for support. Again, you can even go a little further if you want, doing what feels best. Taking your right elbow to the outside of that knee, twisting to the left this time. Being aware of what is occurring in your body, making sure you do not feel any pain. And slowly turning back to the front, bringing that left foot out front to just kind of rest next to your right, and then just maybe shake your legs a little. And then from here, moving into a tabletop position. Come on to all fours. Remembering your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide and gripping onto the mat so you distribute the mat evenly among your hand and you're not putting all the pressure on that wrist. And then letting your belly drop as you inhale, lifting your head up is cow. Exhale, dropping that tailbone, arching your back, letting your head hang into cat. And inhale into cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly bringing that spine back to neutral, straight. Then move that left leg behind you, stretching, pushing onto the balls of the feet, just feeling that stretch in the back of the calf. And from here, lift that leg up into the air. Now you can hold it right here if you like. If you want to try a little bit of balancing, lift your right hand up into the air. Balancing between your left hand and your right knee. Holding in that belly. Don't stop breathing. Always remember to breathe. Maybe sucking in that abdomen just a little bit. Bringing that belly button to the spine. And release, coming back to all four. Maybe readjusting if you need to. Let your left leg push back. Pushing onto the balls of the feet, stretching the back of that leg. And then from here, lift that right leg into the air. And again, you can hold it here if you would like, or lifting up your right hand up, your right arm, I should say. Or left arm, good gravy. There I go, directionally challenged again. So right leg, left arm. Don't forget to breathe. And releasing, coming back to tabletop. And from here, let yourself just push back into that child's pose. Lying, resting on top of your legs. Bringing your head down to the mat. And coming back into tabletop. Curl those toes under. Lift your hips into the air for your first down dog. Maybe you want to pedal your feet, pushing down one side, then the other. Hips in the air, head between your biceps. And then push back on your heels. Your heels are probably not going to touch the mat, and that's okay. And then from here, slowly walking your feet forward, right up to your hands, into a forward fold. I'm going to move my blanket. Bending your knees, belly on your thighs, just resting here into a full forward fold. And then lift yourself, hands on your shin, your back parallel with a 4, half fold. And bend your knees into that forward fold again. Palms up, lift yourself up into a standing position, palms together. And exhale, bringing them to heart center. Let your right hand rest down onto your side. Lift your left hand into the air, reaching over to the right, really opening up this left side. And releasing, coming back, this time lowering the left hand, lifting the right arm up and over, opening up the right side this time. And coming back down into straight position. Bring your hands up, inhale, and there goes my picture. Okay, we'll just set it up to the side. Inhale up into a standing position. Apparently I'm having a lot of issues today. From here, hands up into the air. Just lift your chest up, keeping your neck neutral for a nice, gentle back bend. Coming back to center, palms together. Lower them to heart center and keep going into that forward fold. And from here, take that left foot, drawing it back into a warrior 2, which means that left foot will be facing the outside of the mat. Your right foot will be facing the front of the mat. And when you go to lift, use this right foot to push you up. taking your arms and almost windmilling them. First the left arm, then the right, lifting yourself up. The pressure is on this right leg to lift you. Your hands parallel, reaching for opposite walls. Checking your knee, making sure it goes over the baby toe towards the back of that foot. And then your left foot is facing the outside of the mat. Really feel the opening. You should be able to really feel this in your thighs, almost like it's wrapping around. Take that right leg by pushing it out, feeling that knee going over your ankle, over those baby toes. And then pushing out on the left leg, opening that, and you'll just feel it, almost like a little wrap there. Opening up those hips. Arms out, maybe take a look back and forth, seeing if they're parallel. Keeping your gaze on those right fingers. And this is Warrior Two. Just feeling the sensations that are occurring in your body right now. Where are you feeling it? Making sure it's not pain you feel. And then focusing on that breath again. Turn that right palm up. And then lifting yourself, letting your left hand rest onto that back thigh. Lifting your right arm into the air, into exalted. And back to Warrior Two. This time bending that right forearm, resting it onto that thigh. Lift your left arm up into the air, maybe a little bit over, almost like you're building a slide along that side of your body. Try not to have your shoulders come up to your ears. Really keep a distance there as well. Lift yourself back up into Warrior Two. This time straightening that front leg. And as you do, lift your arms up. Inhale. Exhale back to Warrior Two. Inhale up. Exhale down to Warrior Two. Inhale up. And exhale to Warrior Two. From here, turn that right foot to face the outside of the mat. So now you'll find yourself in this wide leg stance. Bending at the hip, lowering yourself down, keeping that back straight. Maybe you want to have a block in front of you, or maybe you just want to have your hands at your hips here. Or if you are able to, touching the floor, really feeling the stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Take your right hand, bringing it down to the floor right in front of your face. Then lift your left hand into the air, twisting to the left. And then lowering it. This time replacing that right hand with the left. Lifting your right hand into the air, twisting to the right. And lower it. And then bringing your hands back, maybe resting them on your thighs, maybe bringing them up right where that crease is on your thighs to your hips. And then slowly bend your knees a little bit, makes it a little easier. Slowly rising up. And then turning that left foot to the back of the mat, keeping this right foot facing the outside of the mat. And we'll bring our hands up into that Warrior Two again. This time, our gaze is going to be on those left fingers. Checking our knee placement, making sure it's over our ankle, pushing back over that baby toe. And then just opening up, pushing open this right leg, just feeling the opening in here, feeling it almost like it's wrapping around your thighs. arms up into the warrior two position. And lift your left palm up, reaching into the air, allowing your right hand to come down, resting on the thigh. And back to warrior two. Bend the left forearm, bringing it down to your thigh, lifting your right arm up and over, building that slide on the right side of your body. Remembering to relax those shoulders. Nice full breaths. And then back to warrior two. From here, straighten that front leg, and as you do, lift your arms up, inhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then from here, turning that left foot to the outside of the mat again, into that wide leg stance. From here again, bending at the hips. Again, you can keep your hands right at that crease where your thigh meets your hip, making sure you're bending from the hips and not the waist. Hands down to the floor in front of you. Slowly walking to your left leg. Just fold over that left leg, really feeling the stretch in the back of your thigh. Or the back of your legs, the hamstrings. I'm on a roll today, I think. Can't talk. And then slowly walking towards the center. And walking over to the right leg this time. Folding over that right leg. Being aware of what's happening in your body, where you feel the stretches. And remembering the nice full breaths. Now from here, bend your knees, slowly walking your hands to the top of your mat, to the right side, turning your feet as you do so they're both facing forward. And then draw this right foot back to meet with the left into that down dog. From here, bring yourself forward, coming into a high plank position. And you can go back to down dog, or if you would like and want to do a flow, push your feet forward. Just almost like you're pushing forward on the balls of your feet. Bringing yourself a little bit forward and then letting yourself come down. Keeping those elbows close to your body. Lifting up into cobra for a nice back bend. Curl those back toes under and lift yourself into down dog again. And from here, come back down to your knees, into that tabletop position, making adjustments as you need to. Push your left foot back again, and this time crossing it over your right leg. Maybe looking over your right shoulder. Push onto the balls of the feet again, just for a different type of stretch. And then we're bringing it back to center, coming into that tabletop again. This time, pushing your right leg out, drawing it over the left leg, looking over that left shoulder, seeing your toes, push onto the balls of those feet again. And drawing it back into that tabletop position. And then let yourself fold back one more time into that child's pose. Maybe this time you want to take your hips, making them slightly wider than hip width apart, big toes together, and letting yourself just fold in between those legs. Bringing your head down to the mat, or maybe resting it onto your hands, whatever feels best for you. And then walking your hands up, bringing your knees kind of back into like a straight from your hips. Lift yourself up onto your knees. Bring your hands to the back side, almost like you're trying to tuck them in your back pocket. Opening up those shoulders. And from here, tucking that tailbone just slightly as you just kind of bend backward. Lifting your chest into the air, keeping your neck neutral. Nice, gentle back bend. It's just a variation of camel. And then slowly coming back to center. And from here, just letting yourself slide onto your back. Knees in the air, feet close to your body. Arms along your side, palms down. Slowly tilting your pelvis up and then lifting one vertebrae at a time into the air for bridge. Pushing back onto the shoulders, letting them just sink into the mat. Feeling the sensations in the hamstring, the lower part of the glutes. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming back down to the mat. Just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Just rocking them back and forth very gently. When you come to the right the next time, just letting your legs fall over. They don't have to go all the way down to the ground. Just let them come over a little bit. Hold them there and breathe. And then slowly lifting up, windshielding them back and forth again. And when you come to the right side, again letting them, or the left side, letting them fall over to the side. Keeping the shoulders open. And then coming back to center. This time bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself just a nice hug. Maybe rocking back and forth, massaging that lower back. And back to center. Holding that right knee into your body. Let your left leg come out straight, lying on the mat. And then slowly drawing that right knee, almost like you're trying to tuck it under your shoulder. Bring it back to center, letting it rest onto the mat. This time lifting your left knee, drawing it into your chest. And then slowly to the outside, like you're trying to tuck it under that shoulder. Bringing it back to center. Letting it come down right next to your right leg. And then slowly drawing the soles of your feet together. Opening up your knees. Letting them kind of flop up to the side into a reclining butterfly. Your hands can rest on your belly, or if you want them resting on the floor beside you. Bringing our spine back to neutral, back to just feeling, evening out our twists and everything. And then from here, coming into a relaxing position. Maybe you want to have your legs out straight, maybe towards the outside of the mat, or maybe you want a bolster or blanket underneath your knees. Maybe a blanket on top of you. Taking some time here to just breathe, bringing it back to your nice natural breath. Relaxing your body, letting it melt into the mat. Take this time for yourself. Feel your body relaxing. Your legs, your feet, just kind of flopping off to the side. Feel your body sinking into the mat. Your lower back resting, relaxing. Your shoulders open. Gravity is taking hold, drawing you to the mat. Let your arms relax, your fingers. And then relax your facial muscles, where we carry so much tension and we don't even realize we may be clenching our teeth. Take this time for you, a few minutes here, feeling relaxed and refreshed. I thank you for God. If I can learn to talk, I'll be doing well. I thank you for joining me today